Look, it's just like Kamala Harris said during her concession speech. You can only see the brightest stars during the blackest night. And what the left needs right now is a star, someone with charisma, somebody that can reach the people and make them feel heard. All of the people in America, the disenfranchised, the lower middle class, the marginalized communities. The left needs a JFK. The left needs an MLK. The left needs somebody that stands out amongst this great selection that they do have. All right, guys. Well, here we are. We're a couple days out from the election, and we're starting to look at the results coming in on the House and the Senate. And unfortunately, it looks like we're looking at possibly having a Republican-led House, a Republican-led Senate, and a Republican president. Obviously, a lot of people in our society have determined that eggs and gas prices are more important than women's rights. And look, there are a certain portion of the left that I wish I could just wring their neck a little bit for not getting up and going out and vote, something like 16 million of them. But the reality is that we have to work with what is, not what we wish it would be. So my question today to you and everybody out there is, what are you going to do to resist? What forms of protest are you going to involve yourself in to make a difference, a positive difference in the next 4 years, so that way in 2028, we can get right back to work on what needs to get done. So first of all, I wanted to talk to you guys about what MAGA did in 2021. Obviously, we all remember January 6th. MAGA did not wait for the results to come in before they started resisting. And over the last 4 years, they've never shut the fuck up. Now, as much as that annoys the shit out of me and annoys the shit out of you, it was effective because these people made every effort to appeal to any disenfranchised voter that they possibly could. They appealed to the Bernie voters that were pissed off. They appealed to the both sides are bad crowd. They appealed to immigrants that had been here legally that were upset about undocumented immigrants. They appealed to black voters and marginalized communities that felt like the Democratic Party hadn't done enough for them, and they spread lots of misinformation to support those claims. They used influencers to reach young people. They used the largest social media platform on the internet to spread misinformation. And most of all, they were loud. Very, very loud for 4 straight years. So the question is, what do we do for the next 4 years? I think, first of all, we have to stop and think, not just react. A lot of us, myself included, are very angry right now, and justifiably so. But just reacting isn't enough. It's figuring out what we're going to do that's going to help us be successful. That is the most important thing that we can think of. For me, I've already started making changes to this channel. I've rolled it back a bit. We're going back to the Angry Ginger. We're getting away from some values that possibly I think were maybe a little detrimental to the movement that I was attempting to influence positively. There's people out there that are saying things like, we should protest. I believe we should. That's very important. There has never been a time where protesting against the bad things in our society, whether they be social or governmental, has ever been a bad idea. So getting out and protesting, very important. But not everybody is going to be able to get out and protest. So there are other options that you have to look into. If you're a good speaker or you're a person in your community that is looked to for leadership or for advice, you should be thinking about maybe running for local office. If you have the means to do it, you should be looking at maybe running for office at a much more higher level. One of the things that everybody can do is to speak to their friends and family, to point out that the injustices that may affect you may also affect them as well and the people that they love. One of the things that I think that the left really needs to do is they need to create a influencer much like the right has Joe Rogan now. We need to find a way to reach people in masse the way that Republicans did through Joe Rogan's podcast. Now, everybody can talk about how much they hate Joe Rogan, or they can talk about how much he's a piece of garbage, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, he reached a lot of people, and he probably helped a lot of people that weren't going to vote for Kamala in the first place, but maybe weren't going to vote for Trump either, decide that, yes, it is a good idea to vote for Donald Trump. Look, It's just like Kamala Harris said during her concession speech. You can only see the brightest stars during the blackest night. And what the left needs right now is a star, someone with charisma, somebody that can reach the people and make them feel heard. All of the people in America, the disenfranchised, the lower middle class, the marginalized communities. The left needs a JFK. The left needs an MLK. The left needs somebody that stands out amongst this great selection that they do have. The Gavin Newsoms, the Jasmine Crockett's, many other people, Pete Buttigieg, that could possibly stand up and be that leader. But that's what they need. They need a person that stands out and can reach people. Another thing you can choose to do is to not participate economically, especially with Christmas coming up. There are plenty of corporations out there that supported Donald Trump. There are plenty of billionaires that are out there that supported Donald Trump, and they own these corporations. To start with, Elon Musk. If you are using X and you wish to protest in a way that hurts them where it hurts the most, you can remove yourself from X. I would suggest going to something like Blue Sky, which is one of, I think it's the co-owner is Jack Dorsey, the guy who used to own Twitter. But if you're participating while generating revenue for Elon Musk on X, or if you're on True Social, which I doubt any of you are, you as well are contributing to the problem. You can choose to shop at stores that better exhibit the values that you believe are important. Like, if you believe in diversity and you believe in, LGBT equality, then supporting like a corporation like Target, or perhaps, not supporting corporations like Walmart. But there are a lot of different ways for you to get out there and do something. If I missed any, you should drop it in the comments below, so that way we can all do this together. And if you want to continue to help me fight this fight, which whether or not you do or not, I will be here fighting this fight, you can help me out by liking, subscribing, and sharing the video. Because in 2024, technology is one of the biggest influences over our electoral process that we have ever seen before. And online content creators are going to be the people that push the hardest over the next 4 years for things like women's rights, LGBT rights, immigrant rights. And also, they're going to be the people that push the hardest against them. So, good people support good people. Remember, like, subscribe, and share, and let's do this together. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you next time.